Evening, folks. I'm just going to hold on and let some more people join. Dan, thanks for saying hello. I can see you in the chat. Hopefully you can hear me. If you want to comment, yes, if you can hear me, that'd be cool. If anybody wants to just do that. All right, guys, got a few more people. If you just message me in the chat, just so you can hear, that'd be cool. Oh, cool. All right. I've got confirmation that all is live and well. This is cool. So I'll let a few more people come in. It looks like we've got 4 so far. I don't know how many to expect. Just to give you the heads up. So I'm Michael. I'm Michael Wright, Writer74. Me and Lee Mack, we run the podcast. And really, this snooker kind of PlayStation Ladder has just come out from that, really. It was just a chance for us to do something a bit different. We all love Snooker 19, and that's why we decided to go this way. Like the T-shirt. Cheers. Yeah, it's a bit... We're taking this really seriously now. You know, the more that we've actually gone around and started talking to real players, kind of thought we had to get a bit more corporate, really, to be honest. Yeah, so thanks. You can have one if you want. You could probably have it for about £15. Here we go. So I'm just letting more people come. We've got 7 so far. All rupees in. Nice one. Oh, so James Laird is anonymous. He's just messaged to say that. So 1863, orange blue 1873, 63. Sorry, which one it is. Rainy's in. Rainy's got his peepers in there as well in the chat, as you can see. We've got 8 people so far. So I'm going to just give it a minute or two just for any latecomers before we get started. What I'll do, just to let you know, is that I'm using an app, so I'm not doing it the Gary Lineker way where they're drawing the balls out or doing it on bits of paper. I did think about doing that, but to be honest, I just thought, let's use some tech. Let's do it completely randomly, so I can't lose a bit of paper down the back of the table or anything stupid like that. So I'm using the tech. The tech will randomly bring out your name, and what I'm going to do is I've put everybody's names in, and for the 2 leagues, so the Master Plus ladder first of all, and then the Pro Plus ladder, what we'll be doing is I'll just be bringing each name up. I'll be hitting the random button. It will bring a name up, a different name each time, and we'll go from the bottom of the ladder all the way up to the top. So for the Master Plus, the first one that we're going to do, the first name that comes out will be number 10, because we've got 10 players for the Master Plus League at the moment. And then it'll be 9, 8, 7, exactly. So by the time we get to the end of the draw for the Master Plus, the last name you see will be the person who will start the new season tomorrow at the top of the Master Plus ladder. And as I say, exactly the same again for Pro Plus. We've got 30 players for Pro Plus, so this will take a bit longer, but it's cool. We've got 30 players for Pro Plus, so we will start at 30 and go all the way up to 1 to determine your starting places. I think it'll be fun that way. So I will do it live with you, and we'll just give a few more seconds just to let anybody else come in. But this is what we'll do. We'll just do it randomly, and then at the end of this, once I've done all of the draw, I'm writing it down as we go. I will post it to the WhatsApp group, and I'll email it to members, because there's a few players who aren't on the WhatsApp. And what I'll also do is that I'll change the ladder. So everything you've seen on the website so far, the WhatScore website, that will all get reset. So that will stop. Everything we've done so far will get reset. It will start from 0. All your stats will go. And then from then tonight, really, but tomorrow when the season starts proper, everything you do there, what you register, is going to be for the new season. And the new placings will be live at that point. Oh, that's interesting. You can see my messages when they come through. You probably can't see them from that distance. So hopefully, this will go well. I've not done it like this one before, and I've not really done YouTube live. So far, it looks like it's working. You can see me and hear me, and I can see some messages, and I can see how many people are on. So I'm going to start in a sec. And as I say, anyone who isn't here, they'll be able to see the placings anyway. They'll see it updated on the website later. And as I say, I will send out the new placings once we've done the draw, so that everyone gets a chance to find out where they're at. So here we go. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to start with the Master Plus League. After this, I mean, I'll just say a little tiny bit really before we go any further. After this, it feels complicated. Some people have said on the WhatsApps or on messages that they're a bit worried about this, really, because they think that it sounds very complicated. All I would say really is, it's not that complicated. It feels it at the moment because of the technology around the website. Essentially, all you do once we start the ladder, because we've got 30 players in the Pro Plus, you're going to be able to challenge up to 6 players ahead of you. So obviously, if you're 7th, you can challenge all the way up to the top of the table. You put in a challenge, and as soon as the higher placed player accepts your challenge, the clock starts. You've got 7 days to play that match. If you beat the top player or the player that's higher that you've just challenged, you'll take their place. Obviously, if you lose, you'll stay where you are. But if you take their place, everybody then above you just moves down one so that you can jump up and leapfrog over the player you've just beat. That's how it works. And we do that all the way up until May. And in May, you can only challenge one person above you. So in May, by the time you get there, we'll know roughly how it's going to go, and it'll only be a few places to sort out. But it will get tighter then. It will be more that we know by the time we get to the end of April who the top players are going to be, and then it's just who's going to take the top places. The top 3 will go into kind of the Hall of Fame, the winner of the ladder, and then 2nd and 3rd places, bronze and silver medals. And then at the end of the season, at the end of May, early June, we'll finish with a knockout tournament, World Championships. And there are players from all around the world. I mean, there are lots of nationalities in this game. And we will have a World Championships, and it will be a knockout, and it will start based on the finishing standings in the ladder. So the higher you finish, obviously you will play someone lower in the standings in the first round of that knockout tournament for the World Champs. So that's how it'll work, and that's how we'll finish the season. So it's going to be a long season, but it means that you can get practice, you can keep playing players, don't get your head down. You'll get a chance to kind of find your natural place really in the league, and that's the idea really, just to get to the right place and then improve. And try not to get too downhearted. Daniel Campbell wants a shout out for the great Dave Harold. So there we go. Cheers to Dave Harold and to Dan Campbell. So well done on that one. Any more shout outs, then pop them in the chat. With no further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? If you've got any questions you're really not sure about and you want to know more about, then just put it in the chat, and then I can answer that as we go along. It's probably easier at the end of the draw to answer it, but if you've got anything you want to ask, I'll stay along for a couple of minutes after the draws to make sure that I answer everything that you might not be sure about. All right, so let's start. So this one is for the Master Plus draw. So I'm going to go from 10 to 1, and we'll work it that way. So obviously it's different. The Master Plus, it's 3 places above you that you can challenge. So obviously if you're 4th in the table, you could challenge the leader. Anything below 4th, you're going to have to challenge someone else. It's 1 live challenge at a time. So you make a challenge. If it gets accepted, that's it. That's the only game you can be playing against somebody higher than you. And equally, somebody could challenge you at the same time. So you could have 2 games on at a time. The one you're challenging someone else on, the one is challenging you. But when you've got a live challenge, they can't be challenged by someone else. That will block them from getting challenged. So if the leader has just accepted the challenge, nobody else can challenge the leader until they've played that game, which has to be within 7 days. And then just record your result. That's the last bit. Once you've done that, go on there and record your result, and away we go. Okay, so Master Plus, let's get on with this then. So number 10 is going to be the first one. So number 10 in the Master Plus ladder is going to be, now you might not see this, but it's Kev Ferrugia. Not sure if you can see that. Kev Ferrugia, I'll write these down, is number 10 in the Master Plus draw. Okay. Number 9 is Lee Mac 147. Number 9 is Lee Mac 147. So this is the Master Plus draw. There's 10 players. You can challenge up to 3 players above you. Number 8, just proving that I'm not cooking this up, Lord Summer Isles 1. So Daniel Bland. Lord Summer Isles 1 is number 8 in the Master Plus draw. This is already looking interesting. Okay. Number 7 is Orange Blue 1873. So 7, Orange Blue 1873. That's number 7. So number 6 in the Master Plus, moving up the table. Number 6 is Benny Danea. Here we go. So Benny is number 6 in the Master Plus. Okay, number 5. It's James Presh. So James Precious, number 5. Number 4 in the Master Plus ladder is Rainy Lamb. Rainy Lamb starts season at number 4. Okay, number 3 is Patrice van Bokkestal. So Patrice is number 3. So into the last 2 places now. We've got 2 more people who are waiting with bated breath. Ricky or Richard Mcfaul. So Richard Mcfaul is number 2. So if you're on and you're in this league and you haven't been called out, you're going to be number 1. If you're not sure who that is or you're not here, number 1 is Lucky Kappa. So Lucky Kappa is the man to remove. That's the player that you're going to need to remove off the top of the Master Plus draw. So already sounds like that would be a good challenge. So just to recap then, so I'll go from the top then. So the Master Plus draw, number 1 is Lucky Kappa. Number 2 is Richard Mcfaul. Number 3 is Patrice van Bokkestal. Number 4 is Rainy Lamb. Number 5 is James Precious. Number 6 is Benny Denea. Number 7 is Orange Blue 1873. Number 8 is Lord Summer Isles 1. Number 9 is Lee Mac 147. And number 10 is Kev Ferrugia. So there we go. So Master Plus is that's the draw sorted out. And what will happen with this is that, there's been some questions. Anyone who wasn't in that is in the Pro Plus draw. And that's the normal ladder. That's the tournaments. When you're on tournament mode, tends to be Pro Plus. So that's the normal one. And that's what you join by default. If anybody decides to want to join Master Plus, which is trickier, if you want to join that as well, you can join it. Just let me know, and I'll add you to the bottom of the ladder on the first come, first served basis. So if anybody else wants to join Master Plus, let me know away from this live stream, and you'll start at the bottom. You'll start number 11, or and keep kind of growing the table that way. But you have an equal chance as anyone. You just have to work your way up. In terms of declining, so there was a question there about declining. If the person at the top keeps saying no, well, they can only make one kind of, it can really only decline the first challenge, and they can't do it continuously. That's just not the way it works. So we have to go away from that. So you can decline once. If you're away, that's different. You need to mark yourself as away, but I will monitor that. And obviously, if people are away for excessive periods and it happens a lot, then we'll have to chat about that and change it, because it's not really fair on everyone else. So we won't get a position where whoever's at the top just declines and goes away and doesn't play. That's not going to work. That's not going to be good for anybody. So I'll monitor that, and hopefully everybody plays in the right spirit of things. Okay, so we're going to go on to the Pro Plus draw. So anyone who wasn't in this draw, you've just heard, is in the next draw. This is the new one. There's 30 players in this one. This is the one that if you've joined, almost everybody has joined this one. I think there's 1 or 2 players who only wanted to do Master Plus, but most players wanted to join this one. And as I say, if you want to join Master Plus, just let me know, and I'll add you onto the bottom of the Master Plus ladder. But now you know the ladder standings. That's the 10 in order for Master Plus. So let's move on to Pro Plus. There's 30 players in Pro Plus. So we're going to work all the way up from 30, all the way up to 1. So you know your starting ladder. And this is what most people have probably joined in to find out about. So just bear with me, because I'm going to need to go back and get the right group. So we'll get the Pro Plus guys on. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to start the Pro Plus then. So 30 players. We'll start at number 30. We go all the way up to number 1. So number 30 in the Pro Plus ladder is Lee Harding. So Lee is number 30 in the Pro Plus. Okay. Number 29. Oh, Lee, I haven't stitched you up. Lee Mac 147. So Lee Mac 147, I'm serious. I didn't fix this. This is all completely random. So we've got 2 Lees in the bottom 2 places. There's a bit of discrimination here by the app, by the looks of things. Okay, so 29 is Lee Mac 147. 28. Let's carry on. 28 is Joshua Bryant. Okay, so Joshua is number 28. Here we go. So as I said, at the moment, this is 6 places above that you'll be challenging. So you can get quite a way up the ladder quite quickly if you start getting your challenges in. Okay, number 27. It's Jack Davies. Jack Davies is 27. Okay, number 26. It's George Johnson. And you know, and as we go through this, you'll start getting an idea of people's usernames that you see them when you play the matches against them. And on the player info document that I send out and put onto the WhatsApp as well, I'm trying to make it so that you can get the numbers and all the details so that you can get in contact with them. Okay, so that's number 26, George Johnson. Number 25, Richard Mcfaul. So Richard Mcfaul is 25. Here we go. And it depends how you look at this. You might want to be out early and then you've got lots of scrapping to do to get up the table, or you might want to be right near the top so that you get your best chance, but then you're going to be a big target for everybody. And a lot of good players are going to be after you. I'm not really sure where I want to start. I probably want to start about 10th or something. If it does come out with me at number 10, I promise you I haven't fixed it. Okay, number 24. Number 24, oh, it's me, Michael Wright. Number 24 is me. Okay. Number 23 is Orange Blue 1873. So that's James Laird. Okay. And these are the names you've put yourself down as. If you want to change it, just go onto the website and you can change it to your username, your PlayStation name, or just have it as your name as it is. Whatever you want to do, that's in your control. That wasn't me who set that. Number 22 is next. 22 is Kev Ferrugia. So one of the newest additions. Kev is number 22. Number 21 is Lord Summer Isles 1. Don't think Daniel's going to like me. He's got 2 draws where he's kind of started off in the kind of last quarter or so. Promise you, completely random. It's just the app. Bit of work to do to get up there. Here we go. Number 20, let's go. Number 20 then. It's like Top to Pops, if you remember that. Is the Duke 571 Rupee, Jason Roop. The Duke is starting at number 20. Never really asked you why you're the Duke. Maybe you can let people know. Number 19, let's have a look. Who's 19? Orwedeo E King. Capped Whiskey is his username. So Orwedeo E King is number 19. Number 18 is Kevin Ranstad. Kevin Ranstad is number 18. Okay, number 17 is... Okay, it's our newest player, actually. One of our newest players who just joined. David Servan Alemany, and I'm sorry if I get the name wrong. It's our Spanish, one of our new Spanish players. So David is number 17. So good luck. And let's have a look. Number 16, we're getting in close now to the halfway place. Brian Jarvis. So Brian Jarvis there. Jarv is number 16. Okay, number 15 is Lucky Kappa. It's almost like our Lord over there kind of made that happen somehow. Lucky Kappa is number 15 in the Pro Plus. Okay, work to do. Number 14, we're into the top half of the draw now. We're into the top half of the Pro Plus ladder. Number 14 is Scott Whedon. Whedon 147. Scott Whedon is number 14. Okay, number 13 is the postman, Andrew Tiplady. Andy. So the postman delivers number 13. Not really a postman either. Okay, number 12. Let's see where we go. Who's getting excited? Number 12, Ace Storm 7. Ace Storm 7, number 12. We had a cracking friendly the other night, actually. Really good game. Just edged me out at the end. Bugger. Number 11 is Mikko Karkovsky, another one of our recent recruits from Finland, I think. So Mikko is getting a decent start there. Number 11 is Mikko Karkovsky. Okay, so we're now going into the top 10. It's quite exciting. The top third of the draw now. So the top 10 for the Pro Plus ladder are the starting positions. Number 10 is Stephen Lincoln. Red Dead Steve. Stephen Lincoln is starting at number 10 in the ladder. Okay, number 9. Number 9 is Luke Fitzgerald. So Luke Fitzgerald is number 9, starting there. Looks like quite a nice place to start. Number 8 we go to. Number 8 is Jamie Menzies. Jamie Menzies is number 8 in the ladder. Okay, number 7. So now we get to the point where anyone in these places that we draw out now could challenge for the top spot in their first challenge. You're going to have to get in there first, really, aren't you? Number 7, though, is Rob Taylor. Rob Taylor, number 7. Okay, number 6, let's keep going, is Andrew Mack. Andrew McDonald is number 6 from the start of the season. So we're into the final 5 now. So number 5 on the Pro Plus ladder, Daniel Campbell. Daniel, nice one. You've got number 5. And we'll find out about this playing style you keep talking about. I'm sure you're not like that. Number 4, let's have a look. Number 4 is Clive Holmes. I think LFC Anfield 2, maybe. Clive Holmes starts the season at number 4. Okay, number 3 now. The top 3. Bill Huntback, or William Huntback, Bill Huntback. So he starts the season at number 3 in the standings. Now we're into the last 2 places. Number 2 is Matthew Hawk. Matthew Hawk. Okay, that's number 2 at the start of the season. And then the number 1 on the Pro Plus ladder. Well, there we go. Rainy Lamb starts the season at number 1 in the Pro Plus ladder. So I will just read down them just so that you get confirmation of the standings. And as I say, if we want to just put any questions about what happens next or what happens in the season in the chat, then I can do that. But the Pro Plus ladder then is Rainy Lamb, number 1. 2 is Tyler Hawk or Matthew Hawk. 3 is Bill Huntback. 4 is Clive Holmes. 5 is Daniel Campbell. 6 is Andrew McDonald. 7 is Rob Taylor. 8 is Jamie Menzies. 9 is Luke Fitzgerald. 10 is Stephen Lincoln. 11 is Mikko Karkovsky. 12 is Ace Storm 7. 13 Andrew Tiplady. 14 Scott Whedon. 15 Lucky Kappa. 16 Brian Jarvis. 17 David Servan Alalmi. 18 Kevin Ranstad. 19 Orudoho Ekin. 20 the Duke 571. 21 Lord Summer Isles 1. 22 Kev Ferrugia. 23 Orange Blue 1873. 24 myself Michael Wright. 25 Richard Mcfaul. 26 George Johnson. 27 Jack Davies. 28 Joshua Bryant. 29 Lee Mac 147. And 30 Lee Harding. So they're the final placings, or I say the final placings for tonight. It's the start of the season though, so wherever you're at the start, it really doesn't matter. It's going to matter where you are in May. and I hope it's fun. I hope you enjoy it. I think once we get going, the website will become more familiar to you. The way that we challenge and the way we record results and accept challenges will just get easier. It'll become normal on how to do it. And don't forget as well, when you play an official match and the winner has to put the result in, you use the website. You click the R, which is on the match fixture, and when you click the R, it gives you two kind of boxes to put your score in, and then you've got a bit of free text. And in there, what we'd like you to do is just make some comments about the match, and just say if you get any centuries, because what we'd like to do is keep some stats for you as well that we can update through the season. So if you put the stats in there, the centuries, then I'll be able to track that for you and keep an eye on it. And we'll have some stats around, kind of how many frames it normally takes you to get a century. For me, it's about 200 or something. We'll be able to keep some stats going if you give us the information. But the point of this really is to make it so you run it. You put the results in, you challenge each other. It's quite low maintenance. It means there's no delay. As soon as you put the result in, it updates the ladder. It's automatic. So it should be fairly straightforward. It's more just getting your head around the rules. But point is, you just need to get challenges in. And as soon as you're challenged, if you accept that challenge, you've got 7 days to play it. If you don't accept it, but you are available, then we want you to take the second challenge, because if we don't do that, then we get to the point where people will get frustrated that they're not getting their challenges accepted, and they'll want to leave. And we don't want that. We want this to be something that is fun. You might as well accept your first challenge. Let's be honest. I mean, I'll promise anybody who challenges me, I'll accept their challenge first. I won't go through a picking list. Because you're going to have to win anyway at some point against players who you might find trickier. It's up to you, but I would say that we don't want to get into the thing where you start turning down lots of challenges. If you're good enough, you'll get up the table, and if you're active and keep getting challenges in and playing, you'll climb the table quick. It's 6 places above you, so it's really quick. So it should be fairly easy. There is an app. So some people have mentioned an app. There is an app that, both for Android and for iOS, and you can use that. I've got it. I don't use it a lot, but it's handy just from the point of view that then you can have it on your phone and just see very quickly the main placings. There's a lot more information on the website. The website is more helpful if you want to do more of a delve around it, look at stats and what have you. There is going to be data and stats on the website that you can look at. And it will track results, and you'll be able to check out how you're getting on. So if you got any problems, if there's anything you're not sure about, if you think it's a general question that would benefit others, put it on the WhatsApp if you're in the WhatsApp. If you think it's more private than that, just come to me, just whether it's WhatsApp or email or whatever means you want, just let me know and I'll sort things out as soon as I can. I want this to be fun. I want people to enjoy it. And I want as many people here in May as possible so that we can then have you all in for the World Championship. So even if you've had a tough season and you finished down the bottom end and you haven't really enjoyed parts of it, you'll also get a fresh run of it in the World Championships. But obviously your seeding would be lower and you'll probably get a tougher match to start. But hopefully we'll enjoy it. So please put anything in the chat if you've got any last minute questions, and I'll give it a minute or two. And if there aren't any, then I'll end the video. But please do put in any questions so that if there's anything on your mind that's bugging you, I can make sure that I answer it for everybody. I'll just keep an eye on the chat just for a minute or two before closing this. But look, this is just a bit of fun, isn't it? I really enjoy doing this, and have a look at the podcast if you're interested in that. Me and Lee Matt 147, we do the podcasts. We've got Phil Seymour, the announcer. His is out on Wednesday. We've recorded with Martin O'Donnell. Yes, we did ask him about slow play. That's quite a big part of the conversation. We recorded yesterday with Elliot Slesser, and he and Gary Wilson were in the car together going to the boxing. So we've got a bit of a cameo from Gary as well. So we've got a few episodes coming up. Got Jason Ferguson coming up. Cracking episode with Neil Robertson. That was good fun. So Rob's asking about the website. I'm taking it that the main platform for this ladder is on the whatscore.com website, which is the one that I've asked everybody to join. So everybody in this draw has already registered on that website, the whatscore.com website. We've also got the website for the the podcast, which is www.talkingballs.org. Whichever way, even if you go to that, there is a link to the snooker PlayStation ladder, and you can use that as well if you want to. Rob, if you have any problems, just message me separately if you can't get through, if there's any issues. And same for everybody. If you're stuck, if you're not sure how it goes, if there's anything you're not sure about, just let me know. Hopefully, we can keep the players who have started during the season. And just to say, I've got about 5 or 6 players who have said they'd like to join, and they're just going through the registration, but they were too late to get onto the draw. So we might well get a few more players join over the next kind of week or so, and they'll go straight to the bottom of the ladder. Now that we have the standings as they are, they'll start at the bottom of the ladder. And that's fine. That their challenge is to climb up and find their level. And that's the point of all of this. Find your level, challenge. You'll hit a wall. For some people, the wall might be number 1. It won't be for me. Mine will be a lot lower than that. But you'll find where you're at. And then the point is just to keep getting challenges in and just to improve and learn from the players you're playing against and get better. And if you're not bothered and you just like to do it for fun, well, it doesn't matter then, does it? You're just going to have a variety of players to play against. And in Pro Plus, you've got 30 players. You've got loads of players to play against here. And it doesn't matter. It's not disruptive if people leave or come and go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. You'll just see that players, just new names come on or people move up the ladder. So it's not going to be disruptive. But it'd be great if we keep you guys on for the season and see you all in May for the final standings and then moving on to the knockout. That would be really cool. So I think I'm going to end it there. I think that's probably as far as we go, really. So as I say, don't use the WhatsApp for the results. Use the WhatsApp just if you're using WhatsApp. Just use the WhatsApp for general chat and general questions you think people would need to know about. But use the website whatscore.com to log challenges, to log results, to put comments in. Use whatscore.com, which is what you've registered for. That's the platform. If you don't put it through that, it won't update the ladder because I'm not doing that manually. You have to do it through the whatscore.com website. If you get problems with that, let me know. And if it's about resetting you or getting you registered again, we can do it. But everybody on this ladder is registered through that whatscore.com website. So just use that. Anything else is helpful, but that's the main engine that runs this ladder. So, just enjoy it, I'm going to say bye and just wish everyone a lot of luck. It should just be fun, but competitive fun. Listen to the podcast if you're interested in that. Watch it on YouTube. It's on all of the major podcast players for audio as well. And we're doing Fantasy League and Predictions League for the real sport as well. So there's a lot to look at and to get involved in. Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all sorts of things. But anyway, I'll stop plugging that. Enjoy the ladder. I look forward to playing you at some point. If you want to join the Master Plus, just let me know and I'll add you to the bottom. And now I'm going to go away and I'm going to update the standings and reset the ladders. So quite soon, by the end of tonight, you'll see the new standings. And then tomorrow it's all go. Okay, so take care, everyone. I'm going to end the stream here. All the best. Best of luck to you all.